Alright guys, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I will be talking about the medium type problem of the lead code, and its name is reduce array size to the half, and its index is 1, 3, and 8. Okay, so this problem basically requires the concept of sortings. You need to sort the array, not this array. You can also say you need to sort this array also, or you have to use some data structures to store the frequencies of the elements. Okay, and also you need to just have a like a slight logic of like greedy algorithms so that you can solve this problem in the best possible way. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's discuss this problem and then we will together build up the best solution for this problem. Okay, so let me give it a like over here because this is actually a good problem because you are going to learn something new. So given an array ARR, and you can choose a set of integers and remove all the occurrence of these integers in the array. Okay, now this is going to be important. Okay, so suppose we have some set of elements like this one, and it is being said that you need to choose a set of integers. Okay, so let's say we are going to choose some set like 3 and 5. For now, let's understand this. This is some set, and we have chosen this set. Okay, according to the problem statement, it says that we have to remove all the occurrences of these integers that we have chosen now in the array. That is, if we have chosen 3 and if we have chosen 5, we need to discard all the 3's in our original array and all the 5's in our original array. Okay, so if we if we have been asked that what is the new array and what is its new size, you can see this is our new array and its size is 3. Okay, so the meaning of this statement, like we can choose a set of integers and remove all the occurrences of these integers in the array, is basically we have to choose some set, and whatever the integer is present in this set, we are going to discard all the elements in from our original array. Like if it is 3, we are going to discard all the 3's from our original array, and if it is 5, we are going to discard all the 5's. Okay, note that we have to consider all the elements from this set. Okay, what is the minimum size of the set that we are going to choose so that the at least half of the integers of the array are going to be removed? That is, we need to choose some elements present in the set. That is, we need to choose certain elements that should be kept in the set. Let's say x is the size of that set, and we need to minimize the size of this set, like minimize x, like minimum x we have to find, such that whatever elements is going to be present in this set, and if we consider all the elements that is present in this set and discard the elements that are going to be present in our original array, and let's say this p will be the new size, that is the new size of the array after discarding all the elements, then p should have like size at most n by 2, like p should be like less than equal to n by 2. Note that we have to remove, that is whatever the elements present in the set, such that at least half of the integers of the array are going to be removed. If half of the integers of the array are going to be removed, the new array size would be satisfying this condition. Okay, you can see half of the elements are being removed. New array size is going to be like p, and p is going to be like at most n by 2, that is less than equal to n by 2, where n is the size of the original array. Okay, now moving further to these explanation, I will explain how the answer is coming about and what could be the best solution for this problem, right? So let us first look over the constraints to understand this problem, what type of solution is going to be like convenient and what could we do in the best possible case. You can see the array length is going to be like 10 power 5, so we should think for O of n solution or O of n log n solution. Like O of n square solution is not going to be passed. Now array length is even, so like this is going to be like important, because if we need the size of the array, that is the new size of the array, to be at most n by 2, you can see that n by 2 is always going to be like divisible, like n is always going to be like divisible by 2. Okay, so that is going to help us, and the array of I is like at most 10 power 5. Okay, so that is array value is going to up to 10 power 5. Okay, so let us first understand this problem with the help of certain examples, and then we will together find out the best solution for this problem. So let's move further. Okay, so according to the problem statement, we need to choose some elements of this, that is that we need to keep some elements in this set, and let's say the size of set is x, such that removing all the occurrences of those elements that is present in this set from our original array, and let's say the new size of this original array after discarding all the elements that is present in this set is p, then we have to find p less than equal to n by 2. That is, we need to ensure that p should be like at most n by 2, and we need to minimize the size of this x. Okay, so like let's take an example and let's understand how we can approach these type of problems, right? So suppose we have some 3 and some 5. Okay, so if we start discarding the, like if it is the set contains the element 3, we need not to consider all the threes from this set, and if the set contains 5, we need not to consider all the elements that are 5. Okay, now you can see that we need to find we need to find a minimum x, that is the size of this set being chosen, and also we need to ensure that whatever the count of elements that we are going to remove should be like at least half of the size of the array. Okay, now what is the frequency of 3 is present in this array? You can see it is 4, and whatever the frequency of 5 present in this array, it is 2. It means that if we choose like element 3, we need to remove the array, that is the new array size would be decreased by 4. Note that n is the size of the original array. Okay, now if we choose 5, that is the new array size is going to be reduced by 2, right? Okay, now just tell me what is the optimal case. Like we need to ensure that size of the set is being minimum. That is, if we choose one element, the size of the new array is going to be reduced by 4, and if we choose another element like 5, the size of the new array will be like 2 less than the size of the original array, and we need to ensure we need to choose the minimum size of the set so that at least half of the integers are going to be removed. So the best case, the optimal case, is to choose that element in our set which has maximum frequency. You can see that 3 has more frequency than 5. So if we choose 3, the new size of the array P is going to be reduced, not saying at P, that is the n is going to decrease by much more extent if we choose 3. And if we choose 5, n is going to be decreased by less extent. And we need to ensure that the half of the size of the array, that is at least half of the integers of the array, are going to be removed. Okay, so that we are going to minimize the set x, that is x, we are going to minimize this x. We need to first ensure that we are going to choose that element which has maximum frequency, and the reason behind that is very much simple. Because if we choose that element which has maximum frequency in our original array, it will reduce the size of the original array to a much more extent than the probability of getting, then the probability of finding at least half of the integers of the array that are going to be removed, and to get the minimum size of the x is going to be like much more than those elements being chosen which has less frequency, right? If you're not going to understand this, no need to worry about. Let us have a dry run of this approach, right? Okay, so let's erase that and let's find it out which is going to be like optimal. You can see if I will choose okay, so if I will choose what is the frequency of 3 first, let us write it down. O, and let us have 5 as 2, and let us have 2 as 2, and let us have 7 as 7, not 7 1. Okay, now according to our criteria, optimal condition, we need to choose that element which has maximum frequency, because it is going to decrease the size of the original array to much more extent. Then we get the answer as fast as possible, and the size of the set being chosen is going to be minimum. Okay, so let us say we are going to choose 3. Also, we need to ensure that what is the size of this original array. You can see 4 and 4, it is 8, right? So if we choose this 3, you can see that our new size of this array is going to be I think it is 3 and not this. I think I've written something wrong. 4 times 3, and this is 4 times, and it is 8, and this 7. Yes, I've written something wrong. Let's say we have something like 8 also. Okay, so we have some frequency of 8 as also 1. Okay, so you can see that if I will choose what is the first, let us write down what is the size of this original array. You can see it is like 4 and 4 and 2 plus 10. So we need to find such that x is the size of this set, and if we discard all the elements, we have like p less than equal to n by 2. Okay, so let's say we are going to choose this as first, that is the 3 being included in my set. So if we choose 3, all the elements is going to be discarded. So my new n would be like n minus 4. So if we choose 5, n is going to be like n minus 2. And if we choose this one, n is going to be like n minus 2. If we choose this one, n is going to be like n minus 1. And also n is going to be like n minus 1. So let us write down some elements. You can see that what is this new one? 6, 8, 8, 9 and 9. Okay, now if you can see, we need to minimize the size of this set x. Okay, that is x is the size of this set. We need to minimize this value of x. Okay, so if we choose this, like if we choose the first element of the set being this one, you can see that our p should be like less than equal to n by 2. That is, p is going to be like less than equal to 5. I need to ensure this condition, like size of this new set. So if we choose this element, then you can see that new size of set is becoming 6. If I will choose this element, new size of the set is becoming 8. So it means that we need to ensure that this condition is achieved as fast as possible. Okay, so the optimal condition is to choose this element rather than this element. Okay, so if I will choose this element, so it means that all the threes is going to be discarded and 6 is my new size of this set. Again, you can see that I like for the next steps, I need to ensure that p should be less than equal to 5. But still we can see the new size of the set is now 6. So I need to choose one more element. Okay, so choosing this element is optimal, or this or this or this, I don't know. So you can see that if it is like size of the set is like 2, then if I will choose this 2, you can see that 6 will become 4. And now this condition is going to be achieved. And if it is I am going to choose this one, again you can see that p becomes 4. And if I will choose this one, you can see that p becomes 5. Okay, so it doesn't matter now whatever elements I am going to choose, like we need to check out that I need to just introduce one more element into my set. And if I will introduce one more element in my set, my condition of this one p less than equal to n by 2 is achieved. Okay, now the thing is, like we need to first ensure that whatever element that I am going to introduce in my set which has maximum frequency, it means that we need to process the elements, that is we need to introduce that element which has maximum frequency, right? Now the like all the condition is going to be like satisfied. Let's move on to the code to analyze how we are going to implement this entire scenario in the best possible way. So let's move further to the coding part. I've already submitted some code, right? Okay, you can see that first I have got some long runtime like 532 ms, then I have optimized my code to 124 ms. Okay, so I've already written over here and it is more concise. Like time complexity would be like this one, log of m, where m is the number of unique numbers and n log n is for sorting, like. Okay, so let me just move on to this window. I don't know why it is not happening. Okay, yes, it is good. Okay, so you can see that first what I've done is I've first sorted the array, like my original array that is being given to us. You also cannot avoid sorting, and what you are going to do is, yes, you are going to maintain the unordered map, or you are going to use some hash map, and you are going to process the frequencies, right? You can also use the linear array. First, I've used the linear array of size 10 power 5 and just sorted that on the basis of their frequencies and then process the elements. You can also sort this array, and how the sorting is going to help us to find out the count of a frequency of a certain distinct element. Let's understand that. You can see that what I've done is I've initialized count as 1. Note that I'm now talking about finding out the frequency of a certain element. Now since the array is sorted, the adjacent elements may be same or may not be same, right? So if the adjacent element is going to be same, it means that we are processing a certain distinct element right now, such that the frequency is now like it is also present on array of I and it is also present on array of I minus 1. We need to increment the count of certain distinct element. That is, I'm talking about a particular distinct element right now. Okay, so if it is satisfying, increment the count, otherwise it means that we have found some another distinct element. Okay, I have just pushed that element into my priority queue. Okay, so I'm not talking about priority queue right now, just to understand that I pushed into a priority queue. Okay, now again I have initialized count as 1. It means that I'm working on a certain distinct element right now whose frequency is now 1. Okay, now finally I've pushed this count also after entire like after traversal of this array. And the reason is very much simple, because the last distinct element is still not pushed into the priority queue. Okay, now you guys must be wondering that what is the use of this priority queue. As I've already said, I need to process that element first into my set which has maximum frequency, and this priority queue is going to store that element, not the element, store that frequency. And the reason is behind I'm storing the frequency, because if I will just introduce a particular element into my set, it means that I need to just discard that amount of frequency, that is the element that I've introduced into my set and its frequency is f. I need to just discard f elements from my original array, that is reduce my size of the original array by f, and I need to, by introducing just only one element, right? So introducing one element and reducing the size of the array, original array, by f, where f is the frequency of the current element being introduced. Now the entire steps are going to be like very familiar. You can see that while priority queue is non-empty, and just pick up the that element which has maximum frequency and increment your answer. It means that size, note that answer is going to store the size of the set. Okay, so if I have just taken one element, q dot top is going to yield the frequency of that element, like the maximum frequency that is present over here. And answer plus plus means that I've just introduced an element whose frequency is q dot top, and so that I've incremented my answer by 1, and just q dot pop, and that is, I've already processed this element. Now it is might possible that I have just reached the array dot size by 2, that is, we have already removed the at least half of the size of the array. So it means that if I have done, then use the break statement and return the answer. It means that it is going to give us the minimum size of the set being our answer. Okay, so let us submit this code and check it out. Yes, it is good. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest update. Thank you for watching this video.